Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? I agree, big guy. Bad day to start with, and people have to make it even worse. And I'm going to give everybody my 2 cents worth. I don't get into politics, and this has nothing to do with politics. Um, there's a bunch of weak-minded people walking around on this planet, whether they be Republican or Democrat or whatever the hell they are. Okay? When you start, they're going to ruin the whole country. They're Nazis. They're this or that. They're going to blame it on guns. Yeah, we need gun laws. We need gun laws. I could hear the shit already, right? And that man didn't need to die, man. A good man, regardless what he was, you know. You can disagree with people, you know. If we're going to do that, we ought to start talking about child molesters and shit like that, or Nazis and shit, and let the crazy bastards around just blow them away at free will, you know. I wouldn't have a problem at all with that. But the people don't understand that these weak-minded people, they take it, I'll be a god, I'll be this, I'll be that, you know, and they don't understand that the damage that they can do with their freaking mouths. Forget about the guns, you know. But that poor man did not need to die, and his kids and wife didn't need to go through the crap they're going through. But anyway, so that's my 2 cents on it. Has nothing to do with politics. It has to do with that we have a lot of stupid freaking people on this planet that when you feed them, they're going to destroy democracy. They're Nazis. You know, they need to shut up. You know, you want to say, I don't agree with this man. I don't like him. I don't like this Trump. I don't like this guy here. Whatever you want to do. But don't compare him to Nazis and to child molest. You know, they're going to bring up all this other stuff, and I know nothing about this Epstein crap or what he does or not. You know, I don't understand. I don't know. So until they prove it to me that, you know, someone's in there, morality is morality, you know. I don't need the best morality in the world in a president. Would it be nice, you know, that I could say, oh, yeah. And people are calling them criminals and this and that. And, you know, depends. You know, murderers are criminals to me. You know, child molesters are criminals to me. You know, someone that smokes weed back in the 60s and, you know, went to jail on a felony charge, you know, I don't understand. So, you know, I don't care. I want somebody that's going to be there, and I don't really care who they are, whether they're Republicans or Democrats. The problem that I see, and I'll say it till I go in my grave, is it doesn't make a difference either side. There is no way that Trump, in this particular instance, could go out and give $5 billion to every senior on the planet. And we're going to pay for it with this, and this, and we've got the money, and it's the greatest thing in the world. You won't get one person on the other side, and vice versa, that's going to say, yeah, good idea. No, let's just not agree. And let's not keep talking about people, and people are going to keep getting shot. They're not going to take guns away from everybody. It ain't going to happen. I can't see it possibly happening, you know, and it isn't the guns, you know. I don't know. So, okay, there's enough on my rant. How's everybody doing? Yeah, you know, it pisses me off. Like I said, they exactly like Big Guy says here, you unite. You don't have to agree with anybody. You could still, he's a bastard, he's a this, he's a that. And if it's proven, you know, he beat his wife, he did, you know, whatever, then deal with that legally, you know. I don't watch that much of it, you know. I don't entertain it because I don't live there, you know, so I don't feel it's part of my, you know, my obligation anymore, you know. But what I see and what I've seen in society, they're just weak-minded people, and people like that Manson could control, you know. They're all over the frickin' place, you know. And when you can control somebody like that and get them to murder people for you, by having these weak-minded people and calling them names and saying they're ruining the country and they're going to do this and you're never going to ever live You're never going to be able to buy a house. You're going to be living in the streets. Your kids are going to die because they don't have anything to eat. Crap like that. They need to shut up. Unless it's the truth, just shut up. You don't need to condone it or whatever. But why the lies on both sides? Just a little bit of freaking truth would be nice, And I don't know much about this man that passed, but I know he's 31 years old. I know he had a pretty good bond with the students and the younger generation, but I never heard anything bad, but I feel for him and his family, man. I feel it. I'm getting really stupid. Yeah. You don't until you're out running around and you listen to people in bars late at night and the stupid things that people believe in what they say. You don't realize how many stupid people there are. As these people are going around, they're going to find them. They're going to find out that he hated the Republicans, and I bet you it's going to come back to, that. Will anybody report on it? I don't know. It just sure doesn't seem like it. I've got friends that are just hate Trump. They just think he's the biggest piece of shit that ever. It could be. I don't know. Do I hold things against him because he tried to make money and do this and that? No. Why? Everybody tries to. Now, if there's a problem with, selling women and shit like that, which I don't know everything about the Epstein deal, then that's a true problem. But I haven't heard, he absolutely did, and here's the proof, and I haven't seen it, but I don't chase it down either. But I don't. I don't know, but I watched it. The guys had it on the channel. Somebody had their camera right up there and him getting popped right in the artery. He was dead. Less than 3 minutes, he was dead. There was no way. By the time they got him to an ambulance, he was gone. Which is good and bad, right? I mean, unless he could have recovered and lived a life. But at 31, I think, just ridiculous. So anyway, let me go back here and say hi to Tommy and big guy. Glad you could make it. Logan, Jamie, hope you're all right. Hope everything's going well. And brother, glad to see you stopping by. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that it's coming with the gun, stuff and all that. Like I said, that's about enough. I mean, I don't, people can talk. I think people should be able to talk about religion and talk about, politics. But some people are so passionate that they just can't see anything in front of them, and I can say that because I don't give a shit who's the president and what's a Republican and what's a Democrat. I could give a shit less, right? But people that are, they just think the other side is the devil, and they need to, as 45 said, they need to start talking and agreeing on shit. Right is right and wrong is wrong. To disagree with somebody, not over whether you think what they're proposing is good or bad, but voting against them because they are on the other side of the aisle is simply ridiculous. And it's not one side that does it. They both do. They both do. So they need to figure it out. Yeah, man. I was pouring out. It ripped it. It not only went in, it ripped the aorta too. So I mean, he was gone. I don't think they could have. If there was a doctor, a surgeon sitting right there, I don't think they could have saved him. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? But yeah, so for the most part, on a bad day, bad day tomorrow in the States, bad day here, the 11th of September, but just made it worse. So hopefully people could just smarten up. Like I said, I like I said, I could sit and talk all day. And if I think you're wrong, I'll tell you, and I won't get upset and yell and jump up and down and call you a Nazi and shit, But you can disagree with each other, but on certain things, when they get to a certain point where you're disagreeing just because of who they are, not because of what they are offering or proposing, that's the greatest thing in the world, and you know it, but you're not going to do it because they're a Democrat or because they're a Republican. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, hey Ron, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Yeah, I know. Just wasn't a bad day, and I got up early this morning, 3:30. I'm going, I went to bed early though. Just didn't. I was tired. I actually did something yesterday. I worked on the Shadow. I worked on the Forza. I worked on the e-bike. I worked on the trailer, and then still came in like 2:00, and that was that. We actually have the sun in the air, and for the first time in probably 3 weeks, I've seen here in Surin, where it showed every hour, not just clouds, but just a little clouds with a little peak of yellow coming around it for at least 4 or 5 hours straight. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm constantly monitoring this, and from the way that it's going here, it looks like during this cloudy part of the year, with the eldest here, mom and dad, me and Nitnoy, we're going to be between 3 and 35 because it gives me every kilowatt hour that I'm doing. So if they have a different deal than this, then I'm going to have a problem because I'm gonna want it corrected. But anyway, so I'm not going to make a big long video or live stream today. Like I said, I don't have that much going on. The fence posts. Let me bring up the. Where am I here? How come I don't have that up here? All right, give me 1 second. Word will now cancel. Oh, I got reminded now. Not only do I have my 90-day reporting on my in my calendar, I also had signed up with Thailand, and you can get them to notify you. So they've notified me twice now. So I am ecstatic about that. And for my 90-day, it's due on the 24th. So I had days. So anyway, I could do it. I did it yesterday. Hold on, let me add this code. And send it off. So let's see if I did it right. I gave myself plenty of time this time, plenty of time to redo it again if I did it wrong, and couldn't find any of the paperwork. I need a file cabinet. I'm going to have to. How come this thing won't go? I need to press confirm, I think. Yeah, there it goes. All right, there it goes. I need to, I'm not going to take this update, put that there. Where are we? Are we here? Yeah, we're here. Let me go to, sorry guys, I'm rambling. Yeah, so I did it. So hopefully I'll find out. I'll check and see here shortly whether, okay, and let's share that. Okay, so you can see he's got the posts up. I don't know if I showed you the other day. I would have liked the opening to be a little bit bigger, so I might have him move you're seeing 1, 2, 3 posts, and then there's a concrete pillar, which is going to be actually one side of the gate. It's just, it should be a meter. When I laid it out 3 freaking times with him, God bless him. I really, I think I called him an idiot. Stupid. I called him stupid. I had to make sure my wife got hold on, because I said, I know you're not stupid, but he could easily have taken that Dave was calling me stupid. And then he left after that half day. And so I had my wife call him and his wife and settled all that. They were laughing actually about it. But I told him 3 times, 7.5 meters from the wall, from the new wall to the opening, because it's like a little over 15 meters, almost 16 meters wide. I wanted half of it, because when I come up that road and back the trailer in, the road's really narrow. The road's only like 10 feet wide, so I don't have the ability to swing into, there's a ditch and shit on the other side. So anyway, so we'll see. But so you can see it's almost sunshiny, right? Let's see what the front of the garage looks like. Yeah, my father-in-law sitting out there. He's got my wife's scooter. He must have ran out of gas in his. But anyway, we have it. So I'm kind of curious on yesterday was the highest that I've seen the batteries get to. And that was a 72%. And they were still at 40% this morning. So we didn't use much last night. It's been a little on the cooler side at night here. So, hey, Maui, how you doing? But I'm hoping that I'm hoping to get it up. I'm hoping to get it up to 100% today. Let me go back to that. Where are we at now? Usually until it takes till 10 o'clock to really get some high because of where the panels are on the roof. That's another thing I have to change. But it should be a couple thousand anyway, I think. Yeah, 2,000, and we're using 1,000 in the house. So it's then the battery's 43%. So it's looking good. I still don't know on Ubon. I don't know when we're going to go there and check that out and finish that project. But yeah, it kind of sprinkles. It's been sprinkling here. It shows it every. Oh, cool. October 22nd. When are you coming to Surin, or do you know? I got to get out on two wheels, man. My wife's not going to like it, but I'm thinking next week I'm going to take a trip somewhere. I don't have a clue. Maybe Pattaya. Maybe I'll go to Chiang Mai. I don't know. I'm going to take a 5-7 day motorcycle ride, so she ain't going to dig it at all because I'm going to be by myself. But live or die, man. I got to get on two wheels. I if I don't feel good, I stay in a hotel wherever I'm at. I'm not going to push the limits. I'm sure she's going to have. She's going to be riding my ass. That's one of those things that, why did you wait till today? You're leaving in the morning. Because I don't have to listen to you bitch for 6 or 7 days. That's what I used to tell my ex-wife. In this case, Asian women, it's a little bit easier. But still, why limit yourself to a week worth of misery when I can nail it down to just an overnight deal? Won't be long. Okay, cool. Well, I look forward to seeing you guys. Step here, how you doing? Yeah, so I got to. The Force has been calling my name. I got to get the shadow back over to the guy and get that done so I can have a couple things done to it. Told you I got all the paperwork done. It's in my wife's name. And I have a book. I have everything on it now in her name. So I can do a few other things to it. It's still really hard to find the 750s, man. You can find the 600s and the 400s all day long for cheap. I'm still going to buy a bobber. She doesn't know that yet either. I'm going to wait till we sell mom and dad's house. Because you can buy them for 60, 70,000 baht. And I like them. They look pretty cool. It'll be fun to just run around town. And I told her to get the beds out of the garage. I want to build the cover as we can go back over here. And the cover next to the trailer. So it'll be, why isn't that working? Okay. It'll be cover all the way over past where my father-in-law is. So I can get my truck under there, and I'm going to have the whole garage. So I'm going to put the shadow, my e-bike will be in there. The Forza will be in there, and probably my Scoopy for just running around. I got to get the Scoopy into the Honda. It needs to be serviced. But for the most part, for me, modifications to I'm ordering big wheels for the trailer, 4 inches wide. And it's hard to find and make sure you get the right ones. And is it the right axle size? And how wide are they? How tall? I mean, it's like trying to pull teeth to get any information. what I probably should do is find a bike place and go there before I order them. The ones that I'm looking at are $30 each, and they're more of a almost like a in between a motorcycle and a bicycle. It's a rim, like for a motorcycle, and they're going to be, from what best thing, about 17 inches tall, which is fine. And I'll be able to take a lot more weight. I'm thinking about beefing up the bottom of it a little bit, building the little. I decided I'm gonna build a little shelf on the front. First, I got to get the e-bike on there and move the trailer around and see how far I can come out before it's gonna cause any kind of problems. But the ice chest is only 8 inches. I don't even know. Yeah, I don't think it's 8 inches wide and 12 inches long, maybe. So build that, just strap that down. I'm going to, instead of mounting it to it, because I still want it to be able to fold up, which I'm hoping I can still do. Pop the wheels off, fold it up, put it in the back of the truck. Do I have to? No, I could still roll it in the back of the truck and it would probably fit. It might be a little too high. But anyway, so what instead of welding right onto the trailer, I'm going to make a hanging loop over the trailer down and then here in the ice chest. So it just sets on there, maybe a couple of wing nuts in there to hold it on and then strap it down. And that should be fine. It would be nice to have a cold beverage. I was looking at the one I could go to. I'm thinking about going to Buriram because I can go to Buriram in a day. Buriram's 3 hours and 45 minutes. So for me, it'd probably be 5 hours. But I can pull that. Maybe I can go there on the Forza, look around, find a hotel, talk to them, make sure I can pull the e-bike and the trailer inside, out of the way, and maybe make a little one-day trip and a video out of it or something. So you going to plan on just hanging here, or are you going to plan a bike ride on the way here and on the way back? Or do you know yet? Let me know either way, for sure. I'm ready. Like I said, she ain't going to dig it, man. But she's got to get used to it. I made that thing or put that thing and built that thing to go riding. I like the way it rides. It's comfortable. It's good on my knees, on my feet, everything. I still want to ride the Shadow and the little bobber if I get it too. But, the kids pretty much riding the 125 all the time. She digs that. Who wouldn't? It's 100,000 baht, little seat. I love it. It's a good bike, but it's fine. She does that. She borrows the truck. Between that and there, and thinking maybe we'll see what happens on. My wife doesn't want to buy. We have the Suzuki there, but that's in Bangkok. So I don't know. Do I want a 20-year-old driving my truck around all the time? Probably not. Do I care if sit down? No, not really. I just don't want to put her in that position. She's not the best driver in the world. Right now for traveling, definitely for comfort, everything, the way that it rides, the twist and go and no shifting, and yeah, definitely. I was thinking about. I still want to build the trailer for the Forza, but now I'm thinking, I don't know. I got to see, but I still want to build it. We only got 7 people here. I think a lot of people are. I don't know whether Thursday's a good day or not, but it doesn't really matter because I'm only going to go maybe a half hour, 45 minutes anyway. But I feel okay. Still a little bit weird on the breathing, man. I just I don't quite get it. Still eating correctly. In fact, my sugar, and like I said, I don't believe. I wonder if Andrew got his, but it, I could see breakfast. I could see where it creeped up from 73 to 91. So it's still low to me. What I do is I eat, and I'm just eating scrambled eggs, so I'm not going to get a big not going to get a big spike. It might go up to 110 or something. But it's 111 right now. Well, according to this, I've got the deal. I just got to get some of the little prickly things. I got this thing. I don't know if I know how to use it. My wife is the one that did it, but I think I even have a couple of them left in here. Because I'd like to see, like I said, my doctor was impressed that I'm like actually caring about, what I told him. It isn't that I believe what it says. It's that I believe what it's doing and it's being consistent. My blood pressure is consistently 112 to 121 over like around 90. Now, is that right? No, it might be 136 over 95. I don't know. But the consistency is what I'm looking for. So, that's what I want. And like I said, for 1,400 baht, I think it's a great buy. But I'd like to see what Andrew, he's probably had it a couple of days. But I haven't heard from him lately. Dave, I think that goes for many there as far as driving abilities. Yeah. I wouldn't mind like going to see you when you're here, that 2.5, 3 hours, whatever it is. I would take the Honda. I would take the V-twin and go there. I got a 45 or a 60 liter dry bag, strap it on the back. That's fine. I've got a sissy bar and a rack somewhere here. Have no clue where the frick it is. And it was like 7,000 baht. So I don't want to buy another one because I know it's here. It showed up. I never opened the box, but it's here somewhere. So I got to find it. That way I can have something to either put it on the rack or at least behind my back coming up like I used to back in the day. And I got a little sissy bar if I want to get a sissy bar bag. It's only short, but a sissy bar bag would go over that, tie down, and give me more than enough space for what I need to bring. Forgot to say hello. I don't know. I'll send if anybody that's interested because there's so many of them. And what I did was I saw it on Lazada. They wanted like 8,000 baht for it, and I started looking on Lazada. They have 9 million ones, and I think I picked the right one because, like I said, I really like it. I've had it for 3 weeks or so, a month now, and I'm happy with it for the price. So if you want to, I can send you the link from Lazada. If you want me to, I will do that. Yeah. And it's really weird. I don't know. Like, I got to put gas in it. And like originally, like I said, the one guy that couldn't really quite get that after-fire deal fixed, which I like. He did great on everything else. And he tried his damnedest and he didn't charge me. But he said, run that alcohol freaking top of the line 97, whatever it was. And now this guy's telling me a Honda and saying, no, the bike's made to run on 91, man. Run 91. So you can't let them sit though with gasoline in them. You got to ride it at least 2-3 times a week, which isn't a big deal. Once I get up and around, I'll take it on and go around the block or go someplace and have a salad. See, I got to find some places that I can go to that has food that's not just laced full of fish sauce and soy sauce and gobs of sugar and salt. It's hard to go, but it'd be nice to be able to go someplace, sit down, have a Diet Coke, and eat a little salad or something. So I got to find a place. But yeah, so that's the basic gist. I still want to get the trailer out. I still want to get the e-bike. I did put the seat and that seat post deal on there, and it makes a big difference. I still don't particularly like. I think I'm going to order a longer extension to get the bars up a little bit on the e-bike, but it's close. I'd like to have better wheels on it. especially if I'm going to go someplace. Although, like I said, I've got those filled with the flat out or whatever the hell it is, and I'm real confident in that stuff on everything. Excuse me, everything that I've seen. It's driving me nuts on the internet about. Excuse me. That stuff. 10 years. There, I guess there's a guarantee somewhere. I don't know. I guess I didn't look on the gallon bottle that I got of it. I've got enough to do. I'm going to do the Forza tires. I'll probably do the Shadow tires. I'll do my Scoopy tires. And, they're saying that they're guaranteeing the stuff for the life of the tire. So, I'm really happy with it. Like I said, they, by the military, this Kevlar, and of what I seen, guy putting freaking 1/4-inch drill, a 3/8 drill bit into the tire and sealing stuff. I'm happy with it. And, it gives you a little peace of mind. It's weird because, like I said, when I had, what am I doing with my glasses? When I had that flat tire in the Forza, it was an icy, squirrely mother. I mean, it wanted to freaking, and you couldn't, the more that when I tried to lay off on the throttle, it got worse. I had to keep the throttle in it and slowly come down. Of course, I was doing probably 90 miles an hour. I don't know. I was going pretty fast. We were with Maui and everything. We were probably doing 65, 70 or something. So it was different. And it was a sidewall deal. It would have sealed that. And so I will put it in. Tires, well, pretty much brand new. I didn't, like Joe, when he got his, he didn't like the tire that came with the Forza. And he didn't like the way that it felt. He thought it was going to come out from under. And you can't ride a bike if you don't trust your bike, and your tires. And I told him that. I said, just dump the thing. Who cares if it's brand new? Get another tire, like I got Dunlops on the Shadow. But I might have a new tire put on there, then put the stuff in, because it's a year old, but I don't have that many miles or kilometers on it. I guess I could. I didn't mind it. It didn't seem like it was, I don't know how soft or hard of a tire it was. It wasn't a top of the line tire. It was just whatever that guy could get. I was happy that the guy could even get a freaking tire. I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere. It breaks down and blows in front of a tire shop. And that guy didn't want to do it, and he ended up, I gave him his wife or something. I gave him some money for just trying. And then he felt more obligated to do it. And he made a couple of phone calls, rode into town, found me a tire, brought it back. And of course, very reasonable. And I haven't had any problem with it. It's sitting out there. I did take the air. I had those, another gauge deal. I know Maui said my e-bike looks like my Forza. It's got so much shit on it. It's got another couple of things on it. I put an alarm on it, and it's also a horn. And I put a bigger bag in the front instead of the little bag. And but anyway, so I'll decide on that, but I'm definitely going to put it in there. The front tire is still the original tire, so that's 5. I'd probably change them both, have brand new tires put on it, and then run that flat out. I'm a firm believer in it. If I get low, I'll order another one. It was $100. I think it's worth every penny just for peace of mind. But anyway, all right, Brother Ron. There isn't too many people here, only 7 people. But thanks everybody that's coming. Yeah. So that's basically the gist. I haven't pushed anything because of my health feeling wise, but I feel like I have more energy. I did lose. I checked. I lost like 1.5 kilos. I was down to 118. So, and I was 119.5. So I don't know, what is that, 3-4 pounds or whatever. Yeah. So I don't care. Like I said, I'm only going to do it once a week. I'm not going to get into this. My doctor wants me to weigh, like I told you guys, weigh yourself, and wanted me to weigh myself every day, because if I see a big jump in overnight, he said that's water gain, and that'll give you an indicator that there's a problem. But I can tell, man, I can feel my body when it's getting close to me not breathing or whatever. But the lower I can get that down, once I get down, I think in the 112, 114 range, I wasn't snoring. My wife said I'm not snoring now, very little, and I'm not stopping breathing, so which means my apnea, I don't see how it could get better. But anyway, when I was at 112, 114, something like that, I felt a lot better. I did, I was better breathing wise, stamina, walking, everything. So we'll just have to see. And then, like I said, I want to get on the get out of this rainy weather. Is kind of a pain in the ass, but I'd like to get on the e-bike every day, and just go half pedal something and then work myself into something. There's a couple of them that I've seen. Actually, one of them was a Honda. I don't know what it was, a 600 or can't remember. But I have seen a couple of Harleys too. But they were, they wanted a crap load of money. It had a sidecar. One of them was a sidecar. I hadn't actually seen a 3-wheel Harley, but I'm sure they're here. I'm sure they'll build anything you want. They'll build you a Forza 3-wheeler, which probably wouldn't be a bad thing. Yeah, and that's what I kind of figure with this pedal assist 3 and me pedaling when I went the other day when I went to 10, 12 miles, whatever it was, about half that time. It was perfect. Just enough, resistance. It was really good. So I had the trailer on it, which, like I said, am I confident in the wheels? I'm confident they probably won't blow out, but the bigger tires are going to take more weight. It'll be better. And I'm going to weigh everything. Like I said, I'm going to get rid of that bowl set that I have. I just have one little camping deal. I'm going to put the ice chest on the outside. I can keep the other one folded down and maybe use that if I catch fish. I could put the fish in there with some ice or something. I'm going to put, I was drawing up a little deal this morning. I'm going to put the container in the middle. I'm going to put a 3 hole rod holders on each side, enough for 6. And because I've got I think it's about 2 inches on each side. They should fit. I don't know if they'll exactly fit or not. If not, I'll put all 6 of them on one side and move it all the way over. I just kind of like to have the weight distribution same. Got to move it up. Somebody had mentioned they saw, which I did too. It was a little bit more. I had a piece of foam in the back of it, but I didn't have it strapped correctly, and the foam fell out, and the container moved back, and it was I really liked the way it felt when it was up front, and then I'll have the little ice chest up there too. Should be good, and I'll stack. I'll probably I'm going to see if I can put the battery this way, and I'll put that in the front, and if I can get it to go that way. I'm going to work on the trailer a little bit today, and what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to take a couple measurements. I've got show you the set of, let's see, how do I get rid of this? Remove. Okay. Let me go to this. Let me go to this. And they have 3.75 and 4-inch tires. I got so they're only a quarter of an inch difference in width. The rims still look like they're the same, but let me bring it up. Here's the ones here. Okay, now let me come back to you. And they're probably heavy. I don't really care. I want it to be. I might even, like I said, I might even beef it up a little bit more. Here it is. Okay. These are them here. So I measured quickly with my tape measure, and I needed about a little over 3 inches. And according to what this thing says, that center section is is um, it should fit, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm hoping, because it's got those little, I could always take those off, the little side deal bars that go around. But those are 16 375s. I might get that. I think that they're like I said, trying to get them. Well, how much do they weigh? Yeah, really. The guy would laugh at me. But going to put those on there. The pin should go right through it, I hope, and we'll see it. Yeah, and it'll be the 16s are. It should be like 17 and a half inches or something. So I got to see whatever they are, they're going to be. I got to make them fit. So when I order them, I'm going to take a couple more measurements when I get out there. It is a 15 millimeter. I get out and check. I just didn't pull the pin on it. I just put my micrometer down there and scrunched it, kind of trying to get it, and it was 15. So I believe that 15 is what it is, and that's what those are, and that bearing size. So I think it'll be good. And those were like between those two and the fishing rod holders, it was like 2,300 baht, so like 30, 60, 70, $75. So because if you try to get a fat bike, a fat tire trailer, they want like to get it here from China, $600, $700 US dollars. I paid, it was $100 for the trailer. I think might have been a few pennies less, 100 US dollars for that. So if I can get this and these tires work good on it and everything, I'll be happy. But I could do some changes to it too. But we'll see. But I would feel better pulling that. You're absolutely right. You're low. So is my wife, is low blood pressure, 190, 90 something over 70 or something. She just now started to come up a little bit closer to the 100 mark. And I think it's because she probably put on 2 or 3 kilo. Maybe I'm being generous. She put on a few kilo. All right. It's been 45 minutes. There's only 3 people here. You guys are awesome. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this. What are we at? We're on Thursday. So I still don't know whether Saturday or Sunday is better, but I'll probably do it on Sunday, which will be Saturday in the States, Sunday here. But just to let everybody know that. So everybody that's left in here, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. You guys are awesome. I'm going to go fart around in my garage. Let me pull up my little 30-second deal here and say, see you later. Have a great day, everyone. I'll catch you 3 or 4 days from now.